Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome to another FileMaker beginner tutorial. My name is Sunny Chu and today we are going to work on the topics of duplicates records in FileMaker. So a lot of people has asked me in the comment section, email or in the forum that they want to find duplicates record within their database and they want to eliminate those duplicate records. And there are a lot of different approach to handling this problem. There's like the easy, more straightforward way, and there's more like permanent but more complex way. So today I want to explore a few options that you can do to try to handle this problem. And there's not really a right or wrong answer of how you can do it. Many people do it differently, but I just want to throw out some ideas out there so that you can kind of learn from it. So I have roughly think about like 3 different ideas and I am going to go through them one by one and I'm going to show you here. So let me just start with the first one. So well, one second, let's do this. Yep. So the first one is how to actively find duplicates records, and I think this is like the most easy kind of like approach to it, is that you find the duplicate record and then delete it manually. Now, inside this before file for this tutorial, I had included like a very simple database with like first name, last name, job title, and there's no like relationship inside it. It's just a very simple flat database. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, well, the first person is Arnold here, and in the total, I got 15 records. So what I want to do is I want to click add record and I'm going to add another like Arnold here. So now I have like an Arnold here and then also an Arnold on the bottom. Now the way that you want to find duplicates in FileMaker is that you want to go to find mode, and then inside the field that you want to search for, you can type in an exclamation mark. So when I click enter, it's going to find the record that has like the same exact value, and that is a duplicate. So you see both Arnold is showing up in here. Now, if I extend this experiment a little bit further, let me just create someone else here, maybe another like Sonia, and maybe another Harvey like that. So I have like 3 different people who has duplicate record inside this database, and so if now I go here and I click exclamation mark and enter, you will see that all these people are showing up, so that you can have a way that you can easily just go through these like duplicates record and delete them manually. So if I have to delete them, I just go like this, delete, delete, and delete. So it's a very simple approach, as you can see in here. It's just finding these things. Now, this is what I would call actively finding duplicates. So basically, you think you have duplicates in your table, so you go on to search it and then you find the record. And I don't think this is like the best approach in dealing with this because, well, if something needs to be done actively, you need to remember to do it. And usually human memory is just not that good. So I want to show you a method, which is the second thing I want to explore, which is going to be, let's see, how you can passively find duplicates. So basically what I mean by passively is that you are not actively searching for it, but it just shows up whenever there is a duplicate record. Now this is going to take a little bit of like experience working with table occurrence and relationship. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I am going to use a self-join relationship. Now to give you a little bit of background, inside this database here, there is like a field that's called first name, last name, and then I have something here that's called combine, which is like combining the first name and the last name together. So basically, I didn't really put this field up in the open, but if I put it here, like this, combine, and just go to browse mode to let you see, this is like a calculated total, like not like a calculated full name of the person that I'm looking at. And as you can see in here that inside this record, it's like Arnold Walvam. Sorry, I couldn't quite pronounce that name. I don't know how to do it. I didn't get this information from, I didn't make up the name. I got it from like a sample data site. So basically this is like a field that combines the first name and the last name. So we are going to use this name as like a kind of like a key field for a relationship. So if I go to the database now, what I want to do is I want to create a self-join relationship using the combine field. So I'm going to like quickly duplicate another one here of the contact. And maybe I'm just going to name it to something else like check duplicates. Like that. Just name it like that. And what I'm going to do is I am going to find all the record with the same combined name on the check duplicate side in here. Like this. So we are now in the contact table, this layout here. And we have another table occurrence that allows us to check the duplicates for the contact table. So let's see. So if I confirm and click OK now, the relationship should have been confirmed. Now, what I want to do is I want to illustrate this concept a little bit more because you might not be too familiar with table occurrence. So basically, if I quickly just create a portal here now that targets the check duplicates table that we just created, and then I kind of like maybe put the combined name here. Click OK. So this is kind of like a relationship thing. I am able to like relate to the other side and find another R node here. So if I go here and create another R node JP Waham, click confirm, you will notice that this guy has two related records on the other side because we are self-joining this table. So that way we will know that there are multiple instances of the same full name on the other side of that table occurrence. So what we're going to do is that we're not going to use this portal. We are going to do something a little bit different. So what I would usually prefer is to use like an icon. Let's see what I can do here. So for an icon, I want to maybe have like an exclamation mark, and then I make it like bigger a little bit like this, and probably change the icon color to red. Now, if I go to browse mode now, everyone will show up with this red, which is not exactly what we want. So what I want to do here is I want to quickly just click onto this and set a hide condition. So I want to hide object when. So I want to go to the check duplicate side, and I want to count how many duplicates are on the other side. So check duplicates, check the ID, I'm going to count how many records are on the other side. And if this count is bigger than 1, that means we have more than one record that has the same exact full name. So if that's the case, we want that warning to show up. But remember that this is a hiding condition. So we kind of have to do the reverse, hide object when this is the case. So what I want to do is I just want to like quote this. Add a bracket on the left and the right. And then if this condition is not true, then I'm going to hide it. So click OK, and I'm going to go to browse mode. And you will see that for R node, it's going to automatically show that there is like a duplicates record on the other side, which is going to help quite a little bit. So if I just quickly go and create a new record and test maybe like Sonia Louis. Now the moment I confirm this record, you will notice that now Sonia has like a red icon on the other side. So I think this is kind of like a more intuitive approach in how you can handle duplicates, because this is kind of something that's passively appearing and it doesn't require you to remember doing it to make it happen. And so I think this is a really good way that you can like treat a lot of other FileMaker problem as well, is that you want to make things like automatic, that you don't need to think about it. So that's what I usually strive for. Now let's move on to the third phase. This is what I want to talk about next. And I think really the best approach to preventing duplicates is to not let it happen in the first place, because like fixing an error, it's very costly usually, and I think it's easier to just make sure you don't make the error in the first place. So that's the approach that I would go for inside this case. Now, how can we do it? And I want to show you like just a little bit of like exploration of how I can approach this. And so what I want to do is I want to create something that allows me to control and make sure that I'm not creating the same person when I'm creating a new record. So what I want to do is I'm going to quickly just shrink this portal a little bit to give it a little bit of space, and that's my idea here. Now what I want to do is I want to go to the table and create a global field. So maybe like a search field or something. That's the name of the search field. And double click into this, go to the storage, make it a global field. Click OK. And I'm going to place this global field just right here with that search field, like this. And I am going to quickly just go and create a script, like a very simple search as you type script. So in here, I am going to, well, the query is going to be the search field. So I'm taking the search field and I'm going to like perform find. And I'm going to find like records with matching combine name with the query. So combine matches the query that I type in. So basically what I'm doing here is if I type in like MDGGY here, it's going to find people who match this name here. It's very simple, and let's continue. So set field, perform find, and after that I want to go to field, go back to the global field here. So I'm going to attach this script into here as like with a script trigger. So script trigger, and I'm going to go on object modified, and I'm going to type search as you type in here. And go to browse mode, and now let's do some very quick tests. Now you can see we have an error here as well. I'm going to handle this a little bit later, but let's do A. And when I type A, there's like two Arnold here and Angela here. So if I type N-G-E-L-A, I'm like filtering my search. Now, I'm going to polish this script a little bit because just now there's an error message pop up, and I want to like capture that and not have it showing in the system. So I'm going to do set error capture, and let's try that again. And this time, like let's do T, D. Let's see what other people I have with like a N, N, W, W, H, H. Wow, everyone is having a different. It's very hard to show the type as you search function when everyone is starting with a different letter. So let's do A, R, N, O, L, D, and you can see it's kind of like a search as you type feature here. So another thing I want to do is when this thing goes back to empty, I want to show all the record. So I'm going to set a condition here. If query is equals to empty, then I'm going to show all records here. Otherwise, I am going to search everything, and once I did the search, I'm going to go back to the search field to continue typing. So let's save this and continue. Let's do something like that. Backspace, 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 and it shows everyone. And if I type B, E, L, L, A. Oh, why is this guy showing up in BE? Oh, okay, his last name has BE. So you can see if I type in backspace, backspace, and show everyone, it works here. Now, you probably didn't come here for the search as you type function, but here's the idea that I have in mind, is that I want to create a button like this, and let's do this. I want to create a button here that, let's say when I type in Sunny Chu here, and there's no record in here, and when I click this button, it's going to take this as a new record and add it here. So to do that, I will need to have some sort of way to like take this information and create a new record and then paste the information here. So create record based on search. So what I want to do is again, I am going to like write in the full name here. Full name. The full name is going to be whatever I type in the global field that I created. So basically this field here. And the next step, I want to have some sort of way to break it down. So I want to break down the first name and the last name. So to break out the first name, I'm going to be doing like left words. And I'm going to do like full name. And I'm going to get the first word starting from the left, like this. And then for the last name, I am going to use like a more simple approach, like right words. Again, I'm going to do like full name, and I'm going to pick the first letter here. Click OK. So now I am able to like kind of like dissect the first name and the last name out. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go and create a new record and set field again. So I'm going to set the first name as the first variable that I just defined, and the last name here as the last name variable, like this. So let's see if that works. I'm not 100% sure, but double click onto this and perform script, create record based on search. Now when let's do again. So I type in Sunny Chu, and when I click add here, it's gonna add my name here. So it's working well. So the way that we can kind of do this is, as you can see in here, if I have a new person, or if I have like an old person like Arnold, I type in Arnold and then I realize that I already have a record here, so I don't need to add a new record. But if I type in like Tom Smith like that and click add, it's gonna help me add in Tom Smith here. And so it kind of helps us to kind of prevent adding multiple records, but I don't think that's safe enough. So I want to take this one step further and do a few more changes. So I think the first change that I want to improve this is that, let's say I create another Arnold here and is with the exact same name. When I click this add button, it's still not going to like I guess I'm still able to create a third record here, which is not good. So what I want to do is probably, I think we can do something like a very simple hiding thing. So if maybe like get found count is bigger than 0, then this thing will hide. So it's only when I do like Arnold hello like that, then this thing will show up. If I just like do this, there's still records here, so I'm not able to add it. And I think that's one way that we can do it, but of course it's not like the perfect way, because if I just want to add someone that's Arnold and there's no last name, it's not going to work. But I think it's still a pretty nice method of how we can handle this and create Arnold Smith. And another way, a few more polish to this thing is I can see two main weaknesses in here. Is that, well, the name doesn't like format really well in here. It's all lower cap, so I can probably add like a proper function for this thing in the full name section, so that it shows it kind of like converted to more proper English capsizing. So it's gonna be like this. So Sunny, let's say this is Chu Ka, like this. It's all lower cap, but when I click this, it's gonna convert it here. Now, another problem with this approach is that if the problem is like have like a very longer name, like Van something, like in Van Chu, like this, because I know some people in Europe have this last name, and in that case, this script is not able to take the middle part here. So I think one of the things that we can do is that we can like do kind of like this value count of, well, word count, sorry. Let's do this. Word count of the full name and -1. So I am trying to get the word count of the full name. So in this case, the word count is 3. And so 3 minus 1 equals to 2. So that means I'm getting the right hand side 2 words, which is van chu. So that way we can kind of handle the issue where people have like maybe like a multi-word last name or like a middle name. It's not like perfect, but it should be able to handle this case like this. So yeah, that's basically it for this tutorial. We have kind of like create 3 methods to kind of handle duplicates of how we can like make sure we don't have the same record appearing twice. So first we talk about the issue of using the exclamation mark search to prevent duplicates. Wow, we have a lot of them here. And then we talk about how we can passively find duplicates using this self-join relationship. Using this self-join relationship and also like a hiding condition here. And then lastly, we created kind of like a more complex search as you type feature in here that allow us to like prevent us from creating a duplicates from the start. So if I type in like hello world, click this, then we can create. But once we have a duplicate name, it's not able to show up. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next one.